Hey everyone, it's Patchdan Bogat. Here I am yet again giving another discourse. This time is something that is actually very important. Um, it's about fear. Fear itself is very paralyzing. It could get a person down, keep them down. With all the complexities that we go through in our lives. And what I mean by complexities, I'm talking about the things that are involved in our day to day. Either it's with one another, the environment, our jobs, it just gets really complex. But yet, it's how we deal with it. And again, fear is very paralyzing. If we think about the complexities of life and the things that we go through, how often have we been just drenched in fear, in misery, due to preconceptions about, let's say, our loved ones? You see, in other words, if we have fear, we're not allowing the opportunity to grow because we have this paralyzing fear that causes us to either procrastinate, to place blame on someone else, but we're not really confronting the problem. And that's something about the left hand path that by working with the Daemons that you get to afford a very beautiful opportunity for yourself because that's exactly what they do for you and I. But yet, not a lot of people are strong enough to actually walk this left hand path and be aware of the signs and synchronicities or even omens so that they could better themselves. In other words, look within, look at the the root of the problem, see why you are afraid, and then think of the solution. Like, for example, if you're in debt, don't you think that if you look deeply within yourself, perhaps you have spending problems? What about when it comes to relationships? What if it's not so much the other person, which in fact it can very well be, because we could be with, an individual that just has baggages, tons of baggages, and they can't deal with it, so they put it on you, and you end up having a very bad relationship, or it's you, or just myself. And fear paralyzes us to look for those solutions, to confront them, to reinvent. You see, it's like when you have fear, you lose the opportunity to do just that, to reinvent, to look at opportunities, to do things that you wouldn't normally do otherwise. That's why this video is not so much about how to destroy fear itself, because no, fear is needed in our lives. It's a part of our life, the human family. So keep in mind that you cannot kill or destroy fear. You could only solve it by a solution that you came up with, and it will just disappear on its own. But you know what? A new one is going to resurface. Have you ever had the fear of just walking outside your home and then you get like a pimple? So you found the solution to, take that pimple away, and what ends up happening? Another fear comes up. It may not be bad skin or oily skin, rather, but now it could be something completely different. Now your girlfriend or your boyfriend is giving you problems. Now you have a fear that pretty much promoted you to be secretive. Perhaps you did say the truth to this person, to your lover, and now fear caused you not to do it again because now you see how they reacted. But you know what? That's not a good thing. And it's not a good thing because when you really think about it, you're stopping yourself. You're stopping yourself from, like I said before, success, reinvention. That is why we need to be in a continuous process of awareness, acceptance, and seeing our world around us, especially the pain, see that fear causes. We need to find gratitude within that. And if we can, and we can't find a solution, do that as well. And be grateful for that. That is why when I think about how we're able to look at an individual, right? And this individual, how can I put this? I'm not trying to complicate things, but it's just one of those things where you need to be idealistic just for a moment, for the sake of argument. And the reason being is that if we don't have fear that we're not good enough, if we don't have an ideal of what someone else should be, then we don't get angry at them because we don't have the fear to begin with. That's why I'm saying like it's so important to have that ideal. It's a little bit of a hope that you have some sort of foundation, some sort of solution that could get you past that fear. It's like there's light at the end of the tunnel. And that light at the end of the tunnel is going to help you through that fear. You have to relax, do whatever you do, either be yoga, I do some yoga, I do some meditation, I do some exercises, I do anything to keep my mind off of fear. But yet I thank my Patreon so much for that. For teaching me to look for solutions within power. Don't destroy it, envelop within it, embrace it. See, look within that darkness, that adversary self of yourself. And look at it in the eye. And I'm serious, look it in the eye and tell it, what could I learn from you? And it's going to tell you so many things about yourself, about the situation that you're in. You know, I've been in a situation where, I just had problems with rent and all that. But if it wasn't for Satan to tell me not to be afraid, to do research on fear itself, not only would I not educate myself to make this video to help you to appreciate, not to allow fear to keep you down, to paralyze you, but to use it to your advantage. Allow it to work for you. Don't work for it. You be the master of it. And if you're able to do that in the occult, then you know what? You could be almost unstoppable. But keep in mind, be balanced, that once you get rid of one fear, another's going to rise and take its place. Because it's a part of life. It's reinvention. It's what we live with as a human family. And it's going to always be there. But it's how you respond to it. Just like with this particular video. And I hope, with my heart of hearts, that if you learn not to fear just like myself, you thank Satan for it. You thank the Daemons that help you to appreciate that fear. It's a crippling thing. But you could face it if you find your solutions or the light within the darkness. Thank you, everyone. If you like, please subscribe to my channel. If you like the advice that I give on the spiritual practices that we do on a day-to-day or whenever we do have the chance on the left-hand path. And if it really does fancy you and you want to just subscribe, then do so. But also click that like button so that I could continue be motivated by making good videos just like this. Thank you, everyone. I love you all. And thank you for looking at this video. Have a good one. Bye.